Sunday statement,
Yes.
draft time. And I have the question to determine the first selection in the draft.
Right.
Dallas kicker Brett Maher made his second career 60-yard field goal on Sunday. Only 2 other kickers in NFL history have made multiple 60-yard field goals in their careers. Name one of them.
I'm going to go with Jason Elam.
Nah.
Who is it?
Sebastian Janikowski.
Oh.
And Greg the Leg, except when it's a 44-yarder against the Seahawks, is Erline.
Oh, man.
That's his official nickname now. All right, I get the first pick. I wish you had gotten the first pick. I don't know. Oh, I got it. Look, and here's what we usually try to do, folks. I'll peel back the curtain. By the time we get to this point in the show, we try to kind of like clean up games that we haven't addressed. But you know what? The draft is going to stand alone somewhere.
Right.
I got to go with the 49ers.
Yeah, I can see.
Total team effort.
Yeah.
Incredible. Impressive. And, Richard Sherman, stop it with the, hey, if you said we weren't going to be any good before the season, don't change now. That's not how it works. Takes evolve, just like teams evolve. Takes get better, takes get worse. Some people are stubborn, some people aren't. I'm willing to say I didn't envision the 49ers to be a playoff team, and I'm willing to say now, as I said last week, if they get to 5-0, they're at least going to be 13-3, and I'll put my name on it. And the 49ers going to L.A., taking on a desperate Rams team that had lost 2 in a row when the Rams had 4 extra days to get ready for this game, to stifle them, to stymie them defensively the way they did. We talk about best defenses in the NFL. The 49ers are in the top 5, maybe the top 3 right now.
They're only 2 behind. I mean, just to further your point, Mike, I mean, you're exactly right. And statistically, okay, they're number 2 to the New England Patriots. Points per game, they're number 2. The Patriots are letting up 8 points a game. The 49ers, 12.8 points per game. The New England Patriots, 234.7 yards per game. The San Francisco 49ers, 237.4 yards per game. So they are phenomenal. It is. And, Mike, I'm with you. I mean, to me, the 49ers have proven to, at least at this point, that, they're going to the playoffs, and I think they're going to be fighting for a number 1 or number 2 seed at the very least. I would be shocked if anything else.
I want.
I know.
Patriots 49ers Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Yeah.
Because they say, what do you root for? I mean, and we joke around about the Vikings fan, Giants fan, whatever.
Yeah.
I like good stories.
Yeah.
I like stories that have a lot of tentacles, a lot of angles, a lot of different areas for interest and intrigue.
Sure.
And there would be nothing like a Patriots 49ers Super Bowl because of Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady grew up a 49ers fan.
Right.
So much. And Kyle Shanahan versus Bill Belichick.
No doubt.
The Jedi, the aging Jedi Master, whatever Star Wars. I don't follow Star Wars enough to know what I would. But the Dark Lord, right, with the hoodie up, and the young Jedi Master trying to take him down.
Right.
I figured if I talked about it long
That
enough,
was pretty
I'd eventually
good. Yeah, you got it right.
Anyway,
eventually.
Go ahead.
I'm with you. That would be an awesome matchup. I mean, maybe the Patriots Saints would be up there with it too. But I'm with you. I would love to see that. Okay, my next one. I think I go to the Houston Texans as far as statements are concerned. Houston, I think, is one of those teams we looked at where you go, we know they got Deshaun Watson offensively, a little bit all over the place to start the year. But here we are, for the second week in a row where we go, Watson we know is awesome. But the passing offense, the offense in general, Billy O'Brien, his ability to stay patient with the run game and do all of that still gives them a physical mindset. And to go into Kansas City when Kansas City had just lost the game on Sunday Night Football, and they're a little angry, and the attention to detail is greater. I think it was absolutely phenomenal. Now, I know there was a bad call against the Kansas City Chiefs that hurt them. I'll also say this. I mean, the Houston Texans dropped about 3 or 4 touchdown passes in the game, too, that they left some points on the board. But I just think with J.J. Watt, Whitney Merciless is better than I was expecting him to be this year. There's a lot of things to like with that Houston Texans football team, and they made a big statement to say, hey, we know the Patriots are the kings, but we might be, for lack of a better phrase, the queens in the AFC. They're in that conversation for that second best team.
Yeah, I agree with you completely there. And the Texans took a lot of criticism before the season, the trades they made, and no GM. And it just felt like a bumbling operation, but they have gotten it together. And right now they are alone at the top of the AFC South, and they play the Colts this week. That should be a great game.
Yeah.
All right. Instead of picking a team, I'm going to get specific. We gave this guy a little love last segment. I got to hand it to Lamar Jackson, even though it was only the Bengals. Here's the thing.
Right.
The first quarterback in the Super Bowl era to, in the regular season, have more than 200 yards passing, and more than 150 yards rushing in the same game. Colin Kaepernick once did it in a playoff game against the 49ers. Lamar Jackson was the first guy to do it in the regular season. He's 8th in the league in rushing right now. He's averaging 251 passing yards per game. I know he hates to run. Well, you know what? There's a lot of things that people hate that they're good at. He's good at it, so he's doing it, and he did it very well yesterday.
Yeah, he did. He's phenomenal. I mean, he looks like he's got a gear faster this year than he did last year. I think that's what's special. And, I mean, just takes big hits and just never seems to be phased or get up slow. I mean, he is just some wiry, twitchy athlete. And
remember early last year when it looked like he was heavier?
Yes.
Right? He had lost some burst because he felt like he had to put on maybe some extra armor for the NFL level. Now he's looking like that guy at Louisville.
Definitely, Mike.
That could just run away from everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, his speed is, straightaway speed is special. And then, I mean, look at this. He's running over safeties. He's got phenomenal quick feet. I mean, I don't think he can make a living like this forever, okay? I do want you to watch your body, Lamar Jackson, but, man, am I proud of you, the way you're playing and throwing the football really good. Again, good thing they kept him at quarterback. Okay. Next one, I'm going to go to the Steelers front seven. I got to give them a lot of credit. The Steelers front seven won a football game for that organization last night. Now, they lost Stefon Tuitt, and I'm a little worried about that because Stefon Tuitt is one of the best interior D linemen in the NFL. And I know I heard Michelle Tafoya say it was a pectoral injury, and I hope he didn't tear a pec because if he did, that'll be it for the year. But regardless, they're still going to be a force to be reckoned with. When your backup is Tyson Alualu, that's when you know you're good. But, man, Devin Bush, TJ Watt, Casey Hayward, Bud Dupree's a beast. Vince Williams at the other middle linebacker spot. We talked about Alualu. They just got everything, and they dominated. Hargrove at nose tackle. They really dominated that Chargers up front, and really they're good enough up front to win games or at least keep their whole team in games because they can make life hard on just about any offense in football. I thought they made a statement last night. Hey, young quarterback, okay, great. Get on our back. We'll make things easy for you.
Yeah, and look, if the Steelers keep playing defense that way, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the AFC North. They're 2 games behind the Ravens. And just think how different it would have been if they could have won that game last week that was in overtime. Right. And it was a great play by Marlon Humphrey to knock the ball out from Juju Smith-Schuster. And people think it's his fault. I mean, it was a great play, but the Steelers could have won that game, and we'd be feeling very, very differently. If they'd have won that game, I may have picked them to win last night.
Yeah. I'm so mad I did.
That's still bothering me. That's going to bother you all week.
All day.
You know what, though?
Right.
Who are we going to pick next week between the Cowboys and the Eagles? I'm already worrying about that.
Yeah.
I can't go to 2-6.
I know.
I mean, you're at 1-6.
I'm
How's that feel?
I know. It's horrible. It bothered me watching that game last night. I actually had to speak out loud. I told my wife, I was like, I can't believe I picked the Chargers. I'm such an idiot. I went against everything I said.
All right. We are only 10 or 11 days removed from what appeared to be an inevitable Stefon Diggs exit from Minnesota. And even though last week it seemed like it got everything under control, he didn't really produce in the passing game. He didn't get the kind of opportunities. It was an Adam Thielen day. Well, yesterday was a Stefon Diggs day, and it was a huge day for Stefon Diggs. 7 catches, 167 yards, 3 touchdowns. The first Viking since Randy Moss in 2000 to have multiple 50-yard touchdown receptions in the same game. The one little glitch, he let that ball bounce off of his face, and it went up into the air, and Andrew Sendejo picked it off. And there was during that period of time where it felt like the Eagles were going to make a game of it. But Diggs was phenomenal, and he's happy for now, and they're finding balance in the offense. They're using the run to set up the pass, not the run to set up the run.
Yeah.
And that's what they had done in a couple of those games earlier in the year when it was just run it and run it and run it. And even though the defense is trying to take away the run, they keep running it.
Yeah.
Now they're passing when a defense is expecting the run and guys are getting wide open.
Wide open, definitely. And they got a nice little formula. They really do. And Cousins, he throws a pretty deep ball. And, again, maybe lack of aggressiveness early on in the year and left some plays and was a little off in that Bears game. And I get that. It's not always an easy place to play. But he's been on fire since that point. And they're finding, the right times, like you said, to throw the football and strike and keep people off of that running game. All right, I'm a little torn with this one here. I don't know where to go because, the Seahawks, the Panthers, they all made great statements. I think I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints, though, just as a football team. Payton once again. I mean, I almost really want to just go with Sean Payton. That's who I'm going to go with. Him making a statement like, hey, I'm one of the best coaches in football. I'm one of the best head coaches that's been around for the last 20 years in the NFL. I mean, he really is. Not anybody not named Bill Belichick. I mean, I think Sean Payton's in the conversation for the next guy in line for who's been the greatest head coach, over the last 10, 15 years. And, Sean Payton, his teams are just always tough. They're always physical. There they are in Jacksonville yesterday. Yeah, they came off a big win last week where Teddy Bridgewater threw the ball and they beat the Bucs at home. It was very easy to go into Jacksonville. It's not like the most intimidating environment and kind of fall asleep. Jacksonville's good too. They're no slouch. They can run the ball. They can play defense. And I just think Sean Payton, once again, it's more than just, we can throw for 5,000 yards. He can run the football. He knows how to probably inject himself. I know probably he does. He knows how to inject himself in the defensive conversation. I give Dennis Allen a lot of credit too. They've adjusted the way they play, but their defense has picked it up since Drew Brees has been out. And they're one of those teams that's like, hey, no Drew Brees, so we're still really damn good, and we're in the conversation for the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, if I want to see 49ers Patriots in the Super Bowl, I want to see 49ers Saints second in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, right. That would be great. Those two teams would kill each other because their offense and defensive lines are both top 5 in football.
And that is another very real factor.
Yeah.
The Patriots are going to potentially have an easier path than whoever comes out of the NFC, and whoever comes out of the NFC may be chewed up and have nothing left for a game against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.